Welcome to the broadcast. This is Snail Spec Racing Twitch TV channel, and this broadcast will be going over race 2 of the Wednesday night race car series of, I think it's the season 6, first race of the season 6 series. First race of the year, 2015. And we'll get things going, and we've got Grim going to sit in and talk about the race and comment on it with me.
How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. And yourself?
Doing pretty good.
All right. I'm going to start going here and get the race going. Nice full field again.
Yep.
Could have had one more, huh?
Yeah, DP had some mechanical failures and wasn't able to make the grid for race 2. This particular race, race was inverted from the first race. And so you've got an inverted grid. Rainblood had the pole position. Unfortunately, he had DQ'd in the first race. But there was a tight battle in these early couple laps as people were trying to jockey for position. Trying to get through it as cleanly as possible. This Mercedes has got a little bit of horsepower, around 600 and change, but real grippy with these race soft tires. Looks like Warden had a little wide coming out of that particular corner, but he was able to tuck right back up in. Here you have Ice making a move on Crystalline with Parker, who started dead last in the field, has already moved up into the 7th position, as he and Ken Dog are currently trying to get through that portion of the track. Parker, I think, had an unfair advantage though with this track, having just come off of GT Academy, where he did go to Silverstone. Now, granted, he wasn't in a Mercedes SLS, and he wasn't running the GP circuit; he was running the international circuit. But that time in a real car definitely had to have paid off. As you can see, he's lurking behind Ice Warden right now. But the grid is still really tightly packed as we're getting through these first couple laps. And it looks like Ice made a nice clean pass, and Parker was able to sneak in right between them. It looks like there was a little bit of contact right here. Ice did a great job of holding his position as he continues on. Here you have Ken Dog and Cape going at it, followed by Vovik, who's right on his heels.
Uh-oh. Give me the camera. There we go.
Yeah.
Didn't even give it to him.
It looks like Ice is going to have a little bit of, he just had an off coming into turn 2. Oh!
What do we got? Some kind of lag?
Ice was definitely, I don't look at the replay, I didn't see any lag. Ice was definitely trying to get his car to control, and he was just being hounded by the cars behind him. And I haven't looked at it really closely to see what kind of contact, but it was definitely a squirrely time there. He did recover, though. You can see he's pretty well back in the field right now, but he's going to come back to have a nice make-up from it. So,
yeah, Ice is pretty. He's quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
He and Ken Dog are. It seems like the two of them are always together, and they always run together in the Tuesday DTM series, the drivetrain challenge, the DT6 series, I should say. And the two of them run that series frequently, and they're both, it seems like they're both always in contact with each other. I know from my standpoint, I've enjoyed racing with both of them. Ken Dog and I have had some really good battles over the last season and this season, and it was great to race with. Now this one, unlike the Tuesday series, this is a 40-minute race, two 40-minute races. Everyone is on race softs, and there's no tire compound change. The fuel setting is set to fast, and the drivers had to make a decision on whether or not they were going to do this in a two-stop race at about the 13 to 15-minute mark, or were they going to try and go on just one stop. There's definitely enough fuel for the car, but these race-off tires, if you're pushing really hard, they won't last you very long. It'll be interesting to see who stays on that two-stop strategy. In the first race, pretty much everybody did the two-stop, but you never know with this inverted grid. You could have some people wanting to chance that doing that one-stop strategy. It's nice you don't have to go into pits and lose 30 seconds in the pit stop, but you're going to be giving up time at the end. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone employs that strategy.
Well, KG's kind of checking out, but boy, look at the main pack on the inset map.
Yeah.
How
You got KG is checked out, and you got ICE that's coming up, but the other 14 cars are, yeah, it's tight. This car is so much fun to drive, though. Absolutely fell in love with it when I was in another series. I hadn't raced it before up until recently, and I think I did a Nürburgring race in this car, and I was always a little leery of it because I saw the high horsepower to it, and I was thinking, okay, it's going to be another one of the like the Vet from season 2 where the car pushes and is a little tail happy and can really step out on you. But man, this car just holds the line extremely well. Even in a stock where these cars, you can't touch them for tuning. The only thing you can do is brake balance. Yeah, and Z was, yeah. I was surprised. There was a couple times where I thought Z was going to get a draft on me, and he was content to just stick right behind me. And then, of course, I've got Kate that's right in front of me, who's, yeah. Yeah, you really got to take that corner right because you've got the long straightaway.
Yeah.
Like I said, I could have swore Z was going to be in position to pass me on the inside a number of times, and he just continued to stay back. I actually had an off there. For some reason, I'm not sure what happened. I had a brain fart or something, but I definitely broke too late and went wide. And it looks like Parker's moved into the second position, is starting to close in on KG, which is
understandable.
Understandable, given his racing resume, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it looks like you three, Rain, Vivek, and yourself. And this is good to see. I mean, it's lap 4, and Rainblood, who is coming back to the series, he's been holding off, been putting up a good fight, and running some good lap times. So that's good to see.
Yeah. I see we've got another one, a new one, a new number, a crystalline tier or pair.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar. I don't think I've ever raced with him before, but
yeah,
he does a good job.
Yeah, he's one of the new guys to the series as well. And this was his first race. And looking at, let me pull up something here real quick on my side. Oh, Bert, you had a little bit of a squirrely there.
Yeah, Ken and me got together. You know.
Oh, I remember that because I spun out right behind you guys too.
Yeah.
Totally unrelated.
He kind of got a little out of whack and hit me pretty good there, but oh well.
Z has moved up smoothly through the field.
Yep.
Although he's not pushing as hard as he usually is.
I think he's trying to save his tires or whatever.
It's very possible he was saving his tires. Yeah,
he's got 8s and 7s. I think he's trying to be real smooth and just save it for when he needs it.
Yep. And it's a long race. I mean, it's 40 minutes. So.
Yeah, it's not the 25 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
And this works out to about 20 laps on this track. That's what the race distance will turn out. But it looks like he's here making a pass on Wed.Nite.
Yeah. And
Wed.Nite had he had a good season last season. He finished in the top 10 in season 5, so he didn't have to go through knockout qualifying. He also got voted into the All-Star race as the driver favorite vote. Looking inside, I think that's Goofy right behind him. Goofy has also is really quick in this car. Like I said in the previous broadcast when we talked about the Tuesday series, he was struggling with the car, but he definitely likes this Mercedes here at Silverstone.
Well, it's a totally different animal.
Yep.
It is a totally different animal.
Yeah. Been running through some qualifying laps. It was funny, he's probably going to kill me for saying this, but he was trying to lay low. He didn't want to tip his hand too much, but he had the speed. But he definitely, that cat's out of the bag now with the race results that he had this past week. So he's not going to be able to use that excuse anymore.
Well, we were doing some practice, and he ran like a 57, so I'm going like,
Yeah. But even still, I mean, this field is still really tight. From about fourth, it looks like from about fourth place back. It's still a really tight field.
Yeah.
As we're about a quarter way through the race.
Yeah.
And it looks like Parker's already gotten past KG.
Yeah. He did. Yep. Yeah, he runs some fast laps, doesn't he?
Yep.
Come on, pick up the speed.
One of the features that this series has that the Tuesday night doesn't have is you'll notice that there's some similar looking cars. We start running, it's an optional event, but there's teams that are set up. Parker and Aeroflight are racing together under AP Motorsports. You have yourself and Z teaming up this season with the Z Spot Racing. You've got Warden and Desert Penguin who are in the Black Tie Racing. They're in the white cars. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, DP didn't make the field, but Warden is hanging tough for the team. And then myself and returning driver Euclid in the number 98 car in JT Motorsports. And there's actually a reason for the JT. Both our initials are JT, so it seemed like that was an easy thing to come up with. We're very creative.
Yeah. I was going to say, wow, that was so inventive.
Yeah, we had to think long and hard about that one.
I'm
you can see
didn't Cape get teammate?
No, not this season. There's only the 4 teams.
It'd be nice to have a bunch of teams. And I like the idea how you from the start said, okay, each season we've got to switch up. You can't keep the same teammate, and you also have the 6 add up to 6 points.
Right, based on your division assignments. So depending upon how you do, how your race times are, it's just prevent like 2 D1 guys from teaming up. A D1 guy would have, like Parker has to team up with a D5 guy such as Arrow, or 2 D3 guys. So it helps keep it to where the competition is balanced.
Yeah, and it keeps rotating, and we have short seasons, so it makes it fun. It makes it interesting. It gives it some unique value.
And some bragging rights.
I enjoy it. It's something different, I wish we get more people making teams, It's all for fun anyway, right?
That's right. And so you've already had some people making their pit stops. The early pit window was right around finishing lap 6. So the first 3 guys, or Ken Dog, Euclid, and Rainblet, have all completed their pit stops on lap 6, and now you've got the bulk of the field wanting to make it, and it looks like Parker, Z, and Goofy are still going at it on their original tires. They might be just going 1 lap further. Yeah, they might be just going 1 lap further. Although I'd be hard pressed to see Parker, who's got his tires down to 3, wanting to go.
Heck, look at Z. He's got 5.
Z's doing the 1 stop.
And look at his gas is just a tick under half. And
oh, you didn't pit either. What was your strategy here? Are you going 1 stopper as well?
You know, if I didn't pit on time or something, it's probably because I missed the pit window.
That's right about now you're looking at going, oh crap, my tires are...
Yeah, and I'm looking at the inset map going like, where is that thing? Oh, I passed it.
What are your tires at right now?
Mine?
Yeah.
4 and 6.
Oh, not too bad.
Yeah, 4 and 6.
What's Goofy's? And Goofy's, I think, has been saving his tires too.
Yeah, look at it, 5 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet you Z and Goofy are doing the 1-stop strategy. It'll be interesting to see if that pays off. That's one of the things when we're doing our testing, preseason testing, is we do try to get it to where the option is there to try and do a 1-stop.
He's pushing on Z. These guys are pushing each other, and they're
trying to save tires.
Yeah, it's a good thing they save tires. They're at the same, so.
Well, it looks like Z's going to be able to hold that line. Oh, and Parker did pit, so.
Okay, so he's
so
off
Parker,
the track.
He's on a 2-stop. So Z, Goofy, and yourself are the only 3 that haven't pitted yet. This will be interesting to see how. Now it explains why Z was lagging or staying behind me earlier on in the race, because he knew I was going to be pitting, so he let me use up my tires trying to defend while he just sat there and coasted.
Goofy's still at 5 and 7 on the tires.
Yep.
Well, he must have did really well at tire management.
Yep. And they've got to go. They've got to complete lap 10 to really get to the halfway point.
6 Z, and Goofy's just switching over. Here comes Parker. He's in 3rd place now with fresh tires. KG, fresh tires.
Yeah. I think everyone else is on, except for you.
Oh, but look at the gas I got.
Yeah, gas with this car is you can make the race on just 1 stop.
I wonder why this blacks out on this track like this so much.
It's trying to render each of the changing. Yeah. Goofy's still right there with Z.
See, now look at everybody. If you notice the position change. Now, Parker's got by me, KG's got by me, Bovic's got by me. look at all the people coming. I've got Ken, Euclid, Gordon, all you guys got fresh tires. And it's at the 18-minute mark. I still got 2 minutes before I can pit.
You got to do another lap. You got to do lap 10.
Yeah, I'm going to get blown by a lot of people here.
But the advantage is that all those guys that are passing you still have to do another pit stop, though. So, and that's what Z and Goofy is counting on, is that everyone still has to do another pit stop.
Yep, and now I'm down at 2.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 on that outside one.
And 2 is the magic number. 2 is when you really start feeling, at least for me, 2 is when I really start feeling that the tire is going away.
Yeah.
It's also when I found, I'm not sure if you noticed it, when I do have a lopsided tire like that, where you have 2 on one side and like say 5 or 6 on the other, when you go to brake, the car pulls really bad.
Yes, it does.
And it's not until you get to about 2 when you start feeling it. And then you get down to 1, and it's, I mean, you're almost like counter steering as you're braking.
Yeah, I get a train here pretty soon coming to get me.
I could just see the car wanting to push out. And it still looks like Z and Goofy are still leading going into the last lap before they have to pit, though. And here, this is me coming up on you quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, I went way outside.
Yep. Actually, I was able to make the pass on that one. I actually saw the tire smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on old tires.
Yeah, it was about 1 at that point.
Yep.
Yep. 1 and 4. There wasn't much I could do at that point.
Wow, it looked like Parker just passed Goofy, and Z dropped down to 3rd as they're going into the pits.
Yeah. Yeah, that pit was weird. If you were close behind somebody coming into it, it would like really slow down the car in front, and you would either hit them and incur a penalty, or you would go through them and pass them as you were coming in.
Yep. Really and there's you trying to get into the pits.
Yeah.
This is an interesting pit lane because you could actually change positions going into the pits. So there's a lot of names jumping around. If you have that on your right-hand screen on your HUD, it can actually be a little bit distracting seeing as people are pitting.
Come on, bring it up.
So now Z and Goofy are on the fresh tires. And everybody in front of them has to pit one more time, along with everybody behind them, obviously. But at this point, it looks like Z's about 29 seconds behind Parker and about 28 seconds behind KG at this point. So they should gain some ground on KG throughout the pit stop. I never really timed it during my testing to see what the pit delta was, but it's typically around 30 seconds. So it'll be interesting to see when KG comes out of the pits and Vovek, when those guys come out of the pits, where Goofy and Z will be at. And they got to be careful because they're going to want to push real hard.
No,
right now they still got to be easy on those tires. So
yep, they got to baby them because that 20 minutes is a long way to get those soft tires.
And this is Z now with the fresh tires because all of us are about 4 laps into our 7 to 8 lap or 6 to 7 lap stint.
Yeah, he's on 10s.
Yep.
You got about 3/4 of the tank of gas. Yeah, you're on 7s and 8s.
Yep. Yeah, I think I pitted on lap. In this race, I think I pitted on lap 7 and 14 were my pit stops. Basically, you had to do 7, 7, and 6, or some combination thereof to split your tires out, at least so that they were somewhat even. Second race, I was having a really hard time with picking up some of my braking points. I'm not sure if it was just fatigue that was setting in or what, but there was a couple corners that I went really wide, especially the corner that's up by up in the top of the screen there. I was having a real hard time with that corner all night.
Yeah, this track is a lot different from the track I was used to in the previous game we were used to run.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have this. We didn't have the GP version.
Yeah, it's really blowing me. Have to put a lot more laps in at this track. I know that.
Yep.
I mean, there's that one section is familiar, but there's a lot of not familiar. That whole building throws me off. That other building.
Yeah.
Just like, I don't even know where I am at sometimes. I get the two turns messed
Where's the
up.
bridge that we're supposed to go under?
Yes, exactly.
Looks like Euclid's putting up a good fight with Z. Z's still on the fresher tires, but and you know Goofy wants to make the wants to press and get around him so he can catch back up to Z, but he's just trying to nurse his tires. Looks like the start of the second set of pit stops. Kentog is in the pits, which is about the right time. He probably did either a 6 or pit on lap 6 or 7, so he's right on his schedule. He'll make it to the end on tires. There, now Z was able to make the...
He got a little squirrely there.
Yep.
Yeah, his tires are starting to go. Cape's not doing great on his tires. Arrow's even worse. Let's see.
Ice is doing okay. He's starting to make up some ground, too. He's up to 11th place now. And he's starting to make up some track position. Off it after that early incident that he had in on the second lap. But look at the gap that Parker has opened up on KG.
Yeah.
He's got 10-second gap with only 25 minutes into the race.
And Bobik's right up there with KG.
Yeah.
Now Parker, he's going into the pit.
Well, Parker pitted a lap later than everyone else. He was the last one of the 2 stoppers to pit, so I wouldn't expect him in until maybe next lap or possibly lap 15. I'm pitting a little bit off cycle. I'm pitting a lap early just because there's nobody in the pits right now, so I have a clean shot at getting in and out of the pits without any obstruction from other cars. Kind of like what I was talking about in the Tuesday series.
Right.
Because I know a lot of people are going to be pitting.
Yep, they're pitting now.
Yep.
It's going to get crowded.
But it also means, because we're on lap 14 now, we got to go 6 laps to the end of the race. Or 7 laps, rather, because we're on lap 14. Sorry to do some higher level math. It's a good thing I have spreadsheets to do all the points for me.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, Vovik is still right in the hunt. It's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing where they come out, where Z is when they come out of the pits. At this point, I knew I was in trouble. There was no way I was going to catch Z or Goofy. Definitely not Z. He was holding up a really good lead over me, anyways. After I had come out of the pits, even knowing that he wasn't going to have to pit again, and he was a good, what looks like about 14 seconds ahead of me at this point.
And look at his tires. He's been really
Yeah.
good with the tires. 9 and 8 still.
Yeah, he's saving them for the end of the battle because he knows he's going to have a battle with...
like 8-9 minutes.
Yeah, he's definitely racing the track. There goes Vovik and KG. They're pitting together. It looks like Warden also jumped into the pits. So this should put Z up in the second place. And it'll just be interesting to see just how much of a gap he's actually able to get. And also looks like Crystalline has made his way to the pits. And that should be, with the exception of Parker, that should be the end of the pit cycles for everybody. I think Parker will be the last one to pit. And then I think whatever they have is what they have, unless they miscalculated. And we already saw that in race 1 earlier, where KG didn't take enough fuel and he had to pit for a third time. And he went from third to, I think he finished, where did he finish? He lost 8 positions by having to do that pit in the previous race. He was in third place right behind me, and or fourth place right behind me, and ended up finishing 11th. So you miscalculate your pits, run out of fuel, or just not take enough, and you have to come in for a splash. You're dropping positions, especially in this field.
Yeah. Okay, so
Parker's
we're
now
at 30 minutes now. We've got 10 minutes left in the race. Z is at 8 and 7 on the fronts, and everybody else has got fresh tires.
Yep.
He's got a lot of racing to do yet in 10 minutes to try to hold off as many people as he can.
And Parker just went into his pit stall, so his crew is giving him tires. Z is coming up to the pit entrance. It'll be interesting to see if he comes out ahead of him or not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well, as late as
Parker just came out of his pit stall. Looks like Parker will retain the lead.
Well,
but
when he comes out, he'll be on fire anyway. You know,
yep.
Fresh tires. With less than 10 minutes to go.
But KG is only KG and Vic are only 3 seconds back from Z at this point.
Yeah, they'll be picking up time continually.
Yep. So Z is doing everything he can. He wants to race fast, but he's gotta watch those tires.
Yep, he's got a long way to go yet.
Yep. And Goofy is, after all the pit cycles, is in 5th.
And here they come.
Yep. And Goofy's got me by about 5 seconds, but I've got Ken Dog all over me at this point. If I remember correctly, though, the only Ken did pit 1 lap before me, if I'm not mistaken. So Ken is sneaky with his pit stops. He pulled off a brilliant strategy in the season 5 final race at Suzuka. On the inverted race, the inverted grid, he started towards the back of the grid. He pitted probably about 3 laps before anybody did.
Yeah.
And when all was said and done, when the dust settled, he was way out in front. Basically, he got away from traffic while everyone else was having to be patient getting through traffic. He had clean road ahead of him, and he actually made that race last. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he come in so early. I thought, well, what happened to him?
Yeah.
What kind of problem did he have? There was no problem.
Yep. Yeah, it's more than just running laps in this track and racing. You got to be a crew chief as well. You got to not only when do you want to pit, but really you got to think about how much fuel you want. You don't want to be sitting in the pits taking on extra gas. That's the last thing you want to do.
You didn't hire a pit crew?
No.
You cheap.
Hey, sorry, I've gone through so many crew chiefs in this series that
and you can do it better, right? And you
That's
can
right.
do it better. Yeah, so you'll save your money.
Yes.
Put it in your pocketbook, you know. Put it in a CD and let it roll over.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Oh, it looks like Vovik has gotten around Z.
Yeah. And
he's got KG.
Yeah. KG's
thinking
working
about
hard.
it.
He's working hard.
Yeah, he's still got 7 minutes left for this race. So he's still holding it off, though.
I know. He's running some really good lines.
Yeah, but at this point, how long can you hold it off, though?
I don't know. 5 and 7. It's tough.
Yep.
Let's see how he does this.
on the long straightaway.
That do right here.
Yeah, this is such a fun section of the track.
Yeah.
Especially when you get it right.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're trying to push the car over.
Yep.
Like, come on, turn.
Well, KG is still gonna trail behind him. Oh, a little wide, a little wide. Held it.
Yeah, those tires are going away. So
KG's looking to the inside.
yeah, he may have been
gonna,
able to do it there.
Yeah,
He's waiting for a different spot, I think.
Yeah. KG knows that Z's on worn tires at this point with the pit stop, so he knows he's going to get around him eventually.
Push out somewhere.
Yeah, he's just going to buy this time. He's got no pressure from behind.
Yeah, and I don't think he's too worried about trying to catch a little bit.
Yeah. So he's just going to hound Z and hopefully force Z into a mistake. It looks like the battle for 5th is starting to heat up. With Goofy, myself, and Ken all within about 2.5 seconds of each other. And Goofy is on worn tires.
Yeah.
And then looking at the timing feed, Cape and Euclid and yourself. Actually, that's a nice little battle.
All those guys were blowing by me. I was doing everything, trying to hold them off. You see where my tires at, 5 and 7. They're using them up.
Yep. And it looks like Ice has moved up into 9th position now.
And Crystaline's right there.
Yep. Yeah, not sure what happened to Rain this particular race. He had a really good start. Granted, he started up towards the front, but he was running some good laps at the beginning of the race. I'm not sure if he had an off somewhere, but he's definitely fallen off the pace a little bit. And there's Crystalline and Arrow going at it.
You know, these cars don't sound... Ooh.
Yeah, a little off.
Yeah.
And it looks like KG is still behind Z. I've gotten around Goofy, but Goofy is now having to deal with Ken Dog. So there's definitely some positions changing as we're coming up to the end of this race.
Did Ken Dog pit? Look at his tires, 4.7.
He pitted I think he pitted on lap 13, so he's running close to the end of his 3rd set of tires. So he's a 2-stopper. And he's probably been pushing really hard, catching up to Goofy and myself. Yeah, they're on very similar tires, Goofy and Ken Dog are.
Yeah.
It looks like we're going to be coming up to the last lap here pretty soon. I'm still surprised that KG is still behind Z. I would have thought KG would have been able to get around it, so Z is making those tires last.
Silly thing. He didn't even change it. He just did it on his own.
Yeah, as we're getting to the last lap, we might want to take a look and see what happens with Z on this lap, because I'm pretty confident that KG's patience is probably getting a little thin about now. since they're in the checker
he's
flag
got
lap.
to be all over.
Yeah. Like I said, with
Because
this being...
they look like, yeah, and they switch positions again. And they switch positions again.
Come on, feed. There it is. And Z had to give up the fight. Yeah. Yeah, KG had to have been just waiting his time.
I want to see this.
Yep.
I'm going to pull this thing back and see if it'll pick up. You get to watch that. Come on.
Well, they're good. They're just, yeah, we're in good shape. So KG was even trying to press on the lap before. Gotta hand it to Z. He's making that those old tires work.
Yeah, make his car wide too.
Yeah, the Merc isn't a skinny car to begin with.
No.
And this is where Z's gonna be feeling it. That corner is such a key corner if they hit right. And if you're on worn tires, up, looking to the inside. There it is. Z isn't giving up yet.
No, he's doing everything he can. Yeah, he's
giving it room though.
Yeah, they haven't touched.
He had to lift there a little bit.
He didn't have any choice.
Yep. KG's a little low on fuel though.
Yeah, he is. He's got another lap to go.
No, this is the last lap. This is the last lap.
This is the last lap?
Yeah, this is last lap.
Oh yeah, those tires.
Just like to cut it close.
2 and 5.
Yep. Yeah.
4 and 6. Goofy and Ken are still going.
Goofy and Ken Dog. Yeah.
He's on 3 and 5.
Yeah, Ken was able to. Looks like Ken was able to make the pass. Oh no. No. Goofy fought it off.
Yeah.
Good battle.
Yeah, 3 and 5. Hopefully, boy, he really made them tires last, didn't he?
Yeah. He's only going to have really one opportunity. Looks like he got a good run out of that.
3 and 6 on Ken. Yeah, they're pretty close on tires.
I just not close enough though to make the pass. Yeah. Goofy did a good job of holding him off.
Yep.
As long as he doesn't goof up this set of corners.
Boy, Ken's pushing.
Ken's pushing.
Man, he pushed out hard there. Man, look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
He got it. Goofy held him off. That had to have been close. And nice, tight little battle for... That's the one nice thing about this is that there's going to be battles throughout the field. Throughout the course of a 40-minute race, you're going to have the separate little pockets of battles taking place. It looks like you made your tires last again. 2 and 5 couldn't have been fun though.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
One of the nice things is that everybody finished on the lead lap, so we didn't have any lap cars, and it really wasn't even close. Nobody was in any kind of danger of falling a lap down. So, like I said, I'm curious to see what happened to Rain. But again, another solid win, convincing win for Parker. There was kind of no doubt for that one with Vovik. If we pull up the individual standings,
yep.
Just like on Tuesday night, there is the battle for first place, but you got the battle for the top 10 as well. There it is. One you just brought up. There you go. And so the magical spot for the top 10, Euclid is in the top 10, which I know he's going to be really happy with, coming back from being off for a couple seasons. KG, even after his rough start, is solidly in the top 10. Goofy, who this is his first time being in the top 10. I know he's real happy to be there, to where he doesn't have to go through knockout qualifying. But seeing some names that are usually in the top 10, Warden, yourself, buddy, it looks like you're going to have to go through KOQ.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
At Apricot Hill. So
yeah.
That's
now, is that going to be during the day, or is that going to be at night?
So the qualifying will be during the day.
Oh, okay.
The first race will be a daytime race, but the second race will be a nighttime race. So the lights will be on for race 2 next week. So
yeah, I'll have to get out on the track with this car.
Yes,
it was kind of fun. And what would we run the Imprezas there at night and day?
Yep, yeah,
and that was kind of fun.
And that track is notorious for chewing up tires, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see if I don't think anybody will be able to pull off a one-stop strategy there. I think it's going to be a 2-stop, maybe even a 3-stop, just because those S's and that big sweeping left-hander is so hard on that right side tire. So it'll be interesting. As we talked about before, we have the team championship. So if we can pull up the team results, there you go. 4 teams, tight battle between first and second, and even with third place, still only 6 points back.
Amazing.
Yep. So I think it's gonna be a tight season.
Poor Z stuck with the
old man,
short bus driver. You know. yeah. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully I can redeem myself on the other tracks.
So, and then unfortunately with DP having the technical issues, it looks like they've got a little bit of an uphill battle for the team championship.
Yeah, that's too bad. He had those problems.
But still 3 more races, so we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, anything can happen.
Yep.
Yeah, and let's see. Two spots between you and Parker and Errol, huh?
Yep.
I think you guys are going to have a heck of a battle up there. I really do. Because Errol's running pretty good. But you know, your partner Euclid, he showed up and raced real well.
Yep.
He's been getting back into form quickly.
Yep. And he's going to be going to a wheel next week for the first time, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for him. But no, good to have him back into the series. And like I said, I'm not counting anybody out in this team at this point. This is going to be a tight battle, so we'll see how this plays out throughout the course of the season.
It makes it fun.
Yep. And then the last thing that we have that's again unique to the race car series is the All-Star race. If we can pull up those standings.
This one.
So this is the updated All-Star standings, and basically it's based on how you finish. So you basically have to have at least a 3rd place finish or better. And I take the top 14 people into it. These results constantly change based on how people do. The 15th spot is reserved for the driver that earns the driver favorite votes. At the end of the season, everybody that participated can vote in a driver that's currently not locked into the All-Star race based on sportsmanship and racecraft and that kind of stuff. And then the 16th spot is reserved for you, so that you can broadcast the race live. So that is the one race that is broadcasted live each season. So you'll be able to catch that. And then one of the things that I've started doing is if you've previously qualified for the All-Star, at least have a 3rd place or better, you could be an alternate. So if one of the locked-in drivers can't make it, the first one that would be up would be Fallen Log. He would have the first opportunity to move up into the field, and by teamwork. And then the drivers listed below are all retired drivers, but they, by earning their right into the All-Star race before, they don't have to be an active driver to race in it if a spot opens up for them. So this will help keep keep
bigger
keep
field.
keep a bigger field. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think
And
it's a
so,
good idea to do it.
yeah, and that's one of the nice things about if you're one of the benefits about if you're on the team, and you win a team championship, you get a pretty decent spot into the All-Star race where you don't have to worry about getting dropped out.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a big plus for being teamed up.
yep,
Big plus.
because if you can win,
Yep.
you don't have to finish the first, second, or third in a race. You're pretty much locked in for every All-Star race that comes up. So, but that's the current standings. KG was the one that made it into this with his third place finish in race 2. So he's now into the grid, but he's precarious. So I mean, there's only 2 new drivers that finish ahead of him, and he can drop right back out of the top 15 or top 14. So ever changing every week.
Yep. Sure
So,
is. Makes
so
it
anyways,
fun.
those are the standings after week 1. Series heads to Apricot Hill next week.
All
Going to be
right.
fun.
All right. Well, thanks, buddy.
Not a problem anytime.
Hope everybody enjoyed it.
And we'll see you guys on the track.
All righty. Signing
Right.
off.
Yep.